Okay, before we proceed, we are going to rename the new part. We're going to rename it shaft, as it tells us over here. So I'm going to go to on shape, and this would be part 7. Click rename, and I'm going to say shaft. Okay, now we are ready to move on. So we're going to extrude that circle, being this part right here, away from the hinge, 5 inches long, and add it to the shaft. And let's do it. So now I can either click on that and then say extrude. I've already selected the entity. I'm gonna say 5. And I'm going to click add. Merge scope, I need to make sure that I merge it to the right thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close out the hinge so I don't click on the wrong thing. I click on that, and my piece has been added. Boom. And I'm just going to double check. Make sure that I haven't missed anything. No. Alright. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add this piece right here. And we're going to extrude a 0.5 outer diameter circle along the shaft. Okay, so we have to click OK here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here. I'm going to add it to this surface, and I'm going to say circle, center circle, and boom, click to the center. Again, I'm just drawing my circle. Okay, I forgot to undo this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my dimensions to 0.5. Okay. Now that I have that, I am going to extrude this. Now here it says my depth is going to be 0.375, and I'm going to add it to my shaft. So it's going to be part of my shaft. So I'm going to click that, extrude, boom. I'm going to extrude it in the opposite direction. So I can either click the arrow or click this little tab to the over here, which is opposite direction. And so that the arrows are away from me. And my depth is 0.375. Boom. Make sure that it's add, and I click OK. Boom, now I'm done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to subtract those spaces that coincide here and in here away from those hinges by using Boolean subtract. So before I do that, I need to make sure that I show my hinges. So I'm showing that hinge there, and I'm going to show this hinge here. Okay, so now I'm going to say Boolean. I'm going to click subtract. Now again, I have two things that I have to click on. My tool and my target. My tool is going to be the shape of what I want to take away. And the target is what do I want to take it away from. So in this case, my tool is going to be my shaft. And then my targets are going to be my hinges. So I can click on this blue hinge over here and this yellow hinge over here. and you immediately see that there's a space that was created there. You can see it there with a transparent hinge, and then also in this blue hinge, because there's a space missing there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I click Keep Tools. I don't want the shaft to go away. And then I'm going to move on to the next one. Hold on. So I'm going to click over here, Keep Tools, and I'm good to go. Alright. Next step, 18, says, let's create a sketch on the midplane that we will use to extrude out a handle for our shaft. To expedite the sketching process, use the Use tool. Okay? So we're going to use a Use tool on the midplane, and what it's going to do is going to help us draw the edges. Actually, what it's going to do is going to draw this edge over here and this edge over here, and then we're going to connect these two on our own, as you will see. So I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to make sure that I can see my midplane that I turned off. Midplane, okay. So now I'm going to open up a sketch. Again, I want to sketch on the midplane, so I'm going to go on my menu here on the left, my features menu, and click on midplane. Immediately, boom. And now I'm going to click on Use Tool. And I'm going to click on the shape. Immediately you guys see that my lines have been created. And what you can do is you can hide the shaft, and you can see those two lines already drawn. And they're both on the same plane as the midplane. All I have to do now is connect those dots. So I am going to click line here, click this point, click this point, click again, click this point, click this point. Boom, I have my shape. As you can see, it's shaded gray because all the lines connect. So now what I'm going to do is click on the lines and turn them into construction lines, because they're supposed to be construction lines. And we're good to go. And just to double check my shaft, again, as you can see, oh, this moved a little bit. Okay, there we go. Nope, still a little bit off. I moved it by mistake. I think now it's good. Yep, now it's good. I moved it by mistake. You should be careful with that. Alright. What we want here is we want to put a circle of 0.188 diameter in the middle of that rectangle. To do that, I'm going to draw another set of lines. I'm going to click a line, and they're going to be construction lines. And I'm going to click the middle of those lines and connect. Boom. Connect it. I'm going to draw another line. Click and click from the middle here to the middle here. Boom. Now I have my lines set. I need to make sure that that's a construction line as well. So highlight it, click construction, and now I am done. Okay, now center point circle. Create right in the center. You can create it and make it any size you want, because now what we're going to do is we're going to set the dimensions. .188, and just to double check, I'm going to go back to my drawing. 0.188. We're good to go. And then after that, what are we going to do? We're going to extrude a handle 1.5 inches and call it handle. Okay. So this is going to be okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to extrude that, and I believe it's supposed to go in that direction. it's supposed to be in that direction, as you will see in this drawing. I mean, it doesn't really matter because we're going to end up mirroring the handle. So now that we have it drawn, we're going to rename it. And then what we're going to do is so first we're going to rename it, and then we're going to extrude, first of all, this part over here. So I'm going to say OK. And now I'm going to go to part 8, rename. I'm going to say handle. Boom. Now, at the end over here, again, I'm going to do sketch. Click the face. Center point circle. Alright. What I'm going to do is dimension, and I'm going to click the edge, one of the edge of the other. So now it says 0.147. The distance is supposed to be 0.038. So we'll do that. I'm going to click that. 0.038. Boom. Okay. And I'm going to extrude. Again, let me review my extrusion. It has to be solid, added, and a distance of 0.188. And I'm going to extrude it away from the handle. So I'm increasing the length of it. Okay, so this should be 0.188. And I'm extruding away. We're good. Boom. I have my handle done. We're going to move on. Now we're going to do a fillet. We're going to fillet the front side over here. And we're going to fillet the back side over here. And then we're also going to do the connection here of the shaft. And it's supposed to be a 0.05 radius. And you're supposed to be able to do this in one go, but for now we're going to do a few tries. If you can come up with a way of doing it all at once, please let me know. Alright, so we're going to go with fillet. My fillet option is over here, because we're talking about the object and not a sketch. I'm going to click this one. There's a fillet option in sketch as well, but we're not going to use that. I'm going to click that, and I'm going to say 0.05. Boom. Done. Okay. Now, I'm going to do the inside. Oh, I'm also going to open that. Okay. So now I'm going to do this. And we're good. Again, I'm going to do it again. Again, 0.05. And I'm going to click that edge right there. Boom. So now it's sort of like an S shape. It's concave first and then convex. Now we're going to do the same thing over here. Boom. And we're done. And that's the shape we want. We want a smooth transition on both sides. And there you go. That's what it's supposed to look like. And on this end, it's a smooth curve as well. Okay. Let's see what else we need to do. Okay, so now we are going to mirror the pins and union them together. Now we have this part drawn. We're going to mirror that part. And you can do it right off the union, or you can go ahead and do Boolean afterward. But we're going to do it off one stroke. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the sphere for the object menu and mirror. I'm going to make sure that I have my part mirror on. So body type is add, because we want it to join. If I want a new part, if I click new, if I put new here, then I would have to do Boolean to make sure that I make it one whole piece. So now, because I have part mirror, I'm just going to click on that part and mirror plane. I highlight mirror plane over here on the lower left. You see the blue highlight on the lower right. Now, if you look at your features menu, you're going to scroll up until you find your midplane, and you're just going to highlight that, and automatically it's going to draw the other half of it. And we're done. My next step is going to be to Boolean subtract that shaft I just made, so that we have a hole inside of that hinge. So we have this, and that's where your shaft goes. So we want to make that hole. Again, it's easy, right? We're going to do Boolean subtract. Again, we're going to click the object menu, Boolean, highlight subtract. We're going to select subtract. Now, again, tools. The object that I want to take away is going to be my tool, and the target is the object that I want to make dig out the hole on. So my tool that I want to take away is the shaft that I just created, and my target is going to be the hinge. So it's that. Oh, I gotta click it again. Immediately you see how it disappears. I have my hole now. What I want to do is I want to keep my tool because I don't want it going anywhere. I still need to work on it, and I'm good to go on that. Okay. Next step, chamfering. We're gonna add a 0.005 chamfer to those edges there. So let's do it. Again, I'm going to click the object menu, and I'm going to highlight chamfer, which is here. Now I gotta select my entry. It's going to be that right there, and it's going to be that right there. And equal distance is going to be 0.005. Let me double check that. And 0.005 inches. We are good. Okay, boom. If you zoom in, you see that there's a little cut there. Good. All right. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn on the arms again so we can see them, because that's the next thing we're gonna work on. And I'm going to hide every other part. Why? Because what I want to do now is I want to add a radius, a 0.01 radius to the edges of the arms, all those highlighted parts, and this right here. So the edges of both of the arms, and then this little piece right here. So we're going to do that. And how we're going to do that is they don't really tell us, but it says break edge, right? So that means I'm going to chamfer it. Actually, no, it's not going to chamfer. It's going to be filleting because it's a curve. Is it saying is another way to model a break edge is to do a radius, and the only way you're going to get a radius is if you fillet it. Alright, let's do this. We're going to click on this, and we're going to click on, I clicked on the wrong one. No, cancel. We're going to click on fillet. Alright, good. So entities to fillet, and again, I want to fillet 0.01 radius. So I'm going to set that already. 0.01. Boom. Okay. So now I'm going to click all my edges. I need to click all the edges. So I'm going to have that, that, that. It's going to take a little bit of patience. Just make sure you're clicking on everything. Alright, I clicked one side of the arm. I'm going to go for the other now. And I flipped it so that I know what I'm clicking on. There's a little piece that I'm missing there that I'm going to need to turn it around to click on. Okay. Now I'm going to hit that line. Oh, no, you got to be careful. Uh-oh. I'm going to go back. And I need to make sure I click. I undo that because I selected everything by mistake. Just want to click on that edge right there. And I want to click on that edge right there. Boom. Okay. I'm going to do the other one too, the other arm. I'm going to double check that everything's clicked. Okay, good. I'm going to click everything on this arm now. Let's start from the back side. Okay. You gotta make sure you click the edges, because if you click on the body, uh-oh, different things are gonna be highlighted. I clicked outside of it by mistake. I double clicked outside of the arms by mistake, so I just pressed undo to redo everything that I undid. Again, edges, 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 edges. Okay, I have all my edges done. The only thing I need that I'm missing is my shaft. So I'm just going to click on that and click on this, and just to double check, yep, that's it. I need to click on those edges, and now I'm gonna click OK. Boom. And it's hard to see, but you just rounded up all the edges, so there's no sharp edges. It's just a little bit of a curve in all of those. All right, let's see. Next step. Alright, in the next video we're going to start with the grips. That's it for now.